All righty, guys and girls, it looks like we are actually live on the platforms that I'm choosing to operate on today, and that's going to be Facebook and YouTube for our Watch Me Work Wednesday, 12 o'clock live. So let's see if I see myself actually up on both. So I do have sound here on YouTube, which is great. And I also see that I have sound here on Facebook. Let me verify one more time. I'll get my shares out. You guys can do the same and we will get started. So if you don't hear me for a moment, it's only because I'm on here verifying that we are live on our platforms this morning, just to be on the for real safe side, because you guys know Facebook can act a fool every blue moon and make you want to throw your device. So let me just verify that I am live here, and I do see that I am live. I'm verifying on my end that I have sound as you guys begin to populate in. That would be beyond amazing if you could do that for me and let me know whether or not you can hear me. Give me some thumbs up or say yes, you have sound, or something to let me know that I am able to be heard on your end. And I will also go ahead and get my shares taken care of on my end as well. If you would like to share today's broadcast, I, of course, would definitely appreciate it. Um, Letting people know that you are actually working with the Brand Master on today, that you are getting coached, trained, or educated here on this platform. That would be greatly appreciated. So let me go. Let's see. Let me get myself shared into my group here. Nope, that is the wrong message. Let me go back over to our live and get the information out of the live and get the right information populated here. There we go. Had to type that in for myself. Let me type an additional. Please check in to the location of there we go. Throw a little heart on that. So as you guys begin to populate in, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you would share the broadcast. That would be really appreciated, as well as if you guys are wanting to comment below, that would be really appreciated. Definitely let me know where you are chiming in from. Mr. Townsend, you made it. You made it. If you do want to come on the other side of this and go live with me, that would be greatly appreciated, being as though we are actually working on your project live on camera today. Hit me up in the text message and let me know, and I will shoot you over there. If you just want to stay behind the scenes on today, that is well also. So let me pull this open, turn the volume off on my end, and let me get it shared to my timeline, and we should be good to go at that point. So if you guys definitely want to share the broadcast, that'd be great. Otherwise, I would appreciate it if you could check in to the location of Family First Designs on today. That'd be greatly appreciated. What's going on, Talisha Hope Harvin out of Georgia, Toccoa, Georgia? All right, so let's get rid of that screen and let me verify that my other two screens up. So yes, we are live on YouTube today. We are also live on Facebook today. And I am actually showing you guys a software called StreamYard. I'm going to show you some background information on StreamYard today, and you're actually going to be able to watch me work on today live on a client account. Okay, so what I want to do this morning is pull open a screen, get a little bit of self-promotion going on today. Let me get this up on the screen. I bet you just because I'm looking for it right now, I'm not going to be able to find what it is that I'm looking for. I might have to play it directly out of the window. but I'm working to get better with making sure all my intros are on and popping, and I have everything set up before I go live. So we're about 4 minutes in. We got one more minute before we jump fully over into what we're doing today. So if you guys want to take that 1 minute to check in, that would be appreciated while I get a couple of things straight on my end. I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. You guys know that can get a little bit frustrating when you're looking for something and you don't see it. So I'm trying to find this on my end so I can actually play it on the screen, and then we can jump right over into what we're doing. Okay, I think I've located it. What's going on, good people? So I finally got that up and running the way I wanted it to be when I began my broadcast. Now I wanted to make sure that I had a small bit of self-promotion going on so you guys could see the actual movement on the screen and kind of get a little bit of energy going with me. So today, guys, we're actually going to be discussing how to stream on multiple platforms with one device. And the one device is your computer for now. Okay, so your one device is your computer, and I'm going to actually introduce you guys to a software, a platform called StreamYard. Okay, you guys are actually going to be able to watch me work live on a client project. Okay, and so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and get that Zoom message sent out to Mr. Townsend himself so that he will be able to come over into the broadcast live with me. Let me get that set up on my end, and then I will move forward with what is next for you guys. So if you're wondering what we have going on today, usually on Wednesdays, I do a segment called Watch Me Work Wednesday. Sometimes I'll have a project that I'm working on up, and I will go through that with you. Sometimes I will actually just walk through a training. Just I want you guys to see a lot of what goes on in the background that a lot of people don't know about. Okay, and the reason that I do that in the capacity that I do that in is so that people can understand it's levels to this. Okay, it's levels to this, and a lot of people don't understand how much hard work we actually put in as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as people who really get out here and try and help people, that we really do love and enjoy what it is that we do. And one of the ways to help people understand the levels of what we do is to literally show them on screen. And that's why I call Wednesdays Watch Me Work Wednesdays, so you guys can actually watch the work begin to happen and manifest on the screen. Okay. So my name is Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am a brand master. I am a cash flow queen. I'm also a Google My Business educator and income strategist, and an ambassador with the Knightdale Chamber of Commerce here in Knightdale, North Carolina. I'm also a brand new Forex trader. So I have a pretty full plate, just like a lot of you, as well as I have a passion to help people. So my daily goal literally is to brand you, to educate you, and to help you, right? In the end, my end result is to help you leave a legacy. I have been referred to for quite some time as your go-to girl for simplified graphics that you can actually manage yourself, right? And so in my charge, or in my desire, or in my efforts to help you, I want to help you leave a legacy, because it is a directive. This is something that, if you follow the word, this is what you're supposed to do. And so I endeavor to help you do those things. I've been blessed for the past 12 years to work with churches and ministries, startups, small corporations, home-based business owners. And here in the last 4 years, I've been really hands-on and focused with the MLM and network marketing industry, helping the representative, the associates, the independent business operators literally operate their business. And a lot of time what I have found is they don't know or they don't understand things like branding and how to literally brand themselves inside of, their company. Usually when you join a company, there's a blueprint ready to go for you. And what I have found is a lot of people still struggle with finding themselves inside of the blueprint. And so I help them with that. I help them understand what a brand is, how to expand their brand, how to grow their brand, how to expose their brand. So if you are in need of the help that I have been blessed to offer, then definitely I would suggest that you take the opportunity to go over to my website to have a look at the lots and lots of great information that you are available to locate there. Yes, but that you actually opt into what I have right now available for free. Okay. And I'm going to populate that, and then I'm going to click on the link and see if I can get it to open in another window so I can pull that up. Here on the store site, this is where you will come to when you click that link that I've just delivered to you. What's going on, Mr. Marcus? Hey, Twyla, so good to see you, sis. This will bring you to this location here inside of my store site, and you will be able to see the BrandMaster coaching that I offer. If you click on the first option here, get coach, add to cart, you will then be allowed to receive 30 days of free branding. Okay. This branding information that you will receive, literally, you can continue to go forward with it, and each month pay $19 to receive the 7 weeks worth of detailed information. I'm going to show you in just a moment what that end result is beginning to look like for several of my clients. Okay. I have clients that are on here today that will be popping on left and right here today, helping you understand that we do this for real, for real. Okay. We actually work hands-on with getting people to really understand what a brand is and how they can get branded. What you're looking at down here is a couple of the clients. You have Mr. Townsend's brand, which we're actually going to delve into today through StreamYard. We also have My New Walk in Life, Tawana Yelverton Satterwhite's brand. We also have Vane Lorenzo Baker's brand. We have Stephanie J. Sanders' brand here that you can see. There are many, many, many or more brands, but we just populated just a couple of them so you can see what those brands begin to look like. You're available to go out and visit their websites and see they are active brands that are on the website. They're actually up and running right now. Okay. Now, this is only 4 of what you heard me say earlier, hundreds. Okay. This is not new to me. I've been doing this for many, many years, but it requires you to have a level of commitment to literally understand and use the simplified techniques to grow your brand. It takes consistency. Okay. So if you're not willing to first learn the simplified techniques and then apply the techniques that you learn, this will not work for you. It's a waste of your time. And I do not want you to waste your time, because neither one of us can get that time back. However, if you're wanting to get branded, get found on Google, get paid daily, regardless of your company, niche, product, service, or your knowledge base, then we're going to jump right into learning how to multi-stream on multiple platforms using one specific device, your computer. Okay, and we're going to do that through a software called StreamYard. So Mr. Townsend, I do see you over on the Zoom. Thank you. It does not look like you have your microphone enabled. When you get an opportunity, you may have to pop out and pop back in on the Zoom side so that your microphone becomes enabled, or you may need to turn your microphone on. If I need to, instead of sending it to you in text message, let me know if I need to send that to you in Messenger. I'll go ahead and populate it in Messenger, because I believe you're more comfortable pulling up the information on the desktop. And so I've sent that to you inside of Messenger now as well. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to populate on the screen here in just a hot moment is the software called StreamYard. Okay. There we go. So this particular software is called StreamYard. All right. And what StreamYard allows you to do is it allows you to broadcast to multiple platforms using one device. Okay. So because I'm actually broadcasting today via Zoom, it will not allow me to activate my camera and mic. However, everything that I'm going to show you I will be able to show you in real time. But let's first talk about the initiation of the brand that we're going to discuss today. Okay. The brand that we're discussing today initially started out in the heart and in the bosom of Mr. Townsend, Mr. Edward W. Townsend out of Sugar Land, Texas. When he came to me, he already came with a pre-plan in place. And you guys hear me talk about that a lot. Pre-planning, okay? And when you pre-plan, it allows you to save a lot of time. So because he came to me with a beautiful logo already designed and in place, with a beautiful platform already designed in place, it allowed me to listen to him and hear his vision going forward. And his original vision dealt with the Houston Wall Street movement. All right. And so when we began to work together, and because he needed a t-shirt design, we began to develop what that t-shirt would ultimately look like. Listening to his desires, we were able to come up with the Houston Wall Street movement. We were able to literally, I was able to take his goals and incorporate them into the t-shirt. I was able to take his city, okay, and incorporate it into the t-shirt design. And as you see here on this mock-up model, this gentleman is able to wear the brand. Now, you guys hear me talk all the time about always be marketing, right? Always be marketing. If you're going to wear clothing, why not multi-purpose the clothing that you're wearing and wear your brand? Always be marketing. Always letting people know what your passion is, who you are, just what your morals are and what you are looking to do, okay? And we were able to develop this amazing Houston Wall Street Movement logo. We were able to incorporate in his logo his goals and dreams and desires for the people that he works directly with into the logo. We were able to brand the city and state of Texas into the logo. And then we were able to carry it across multiple printed media, such as hats and long sleeve t-shirts, cups, laptop covers, tote bags, book bags. And then we were able to even further develop his brand into additional marketing apparel that he has listed on his site, okay? So this was the development of things that he wanted to do, a direction that he wanted to move in, and how he wanted to help people, okay? And so if you can understand the pre-planning that goes into that, again, you will save yourself a lot of time, okay? He has a wealth of knowledge, and what we did was we took a lot of that knowledge and put it into a workbook, because no one hates more than when they attend an event, or they attend a conference, or they go somewhere and they receive information, and number one, they may not have taken notes, okay? That's the first thing you should always know, to be taking notes. But you go somewhere and you walk away feeling energetic about moving forward. However, you didn't take any notes, or you don't walk away with a brochure or a pamphlet. So he took all of that wealth of knowledge and put it into a workbook that you can actually work through each and every step that he is available to provide. So Mr. Townsend, I know you have a little bit of background noise. I'm going to unmute you just for a moment so you can talk a little bit about the brand that you've developed here, and just give us a little bit of background, if you could, about the brand of Wealth Creator Change, or even, you know, the Houston Wall Street Movement, and your workbook, Worthless. Can you hear me okay? Each and every step that he is available. Okay, I'm going to need you to, let me see, which one do we need to mute? If you have me open on one of the other areas, I know we're inside of Zoom, but if you have me open on Facebook, then I'm going to need you to either mute Facebook or close out Facebook altogether, so that we can hear you and not the background of the actual training that's playing.
Okay, I'm looking for Facebook.
If you have me open on one of the other areas, I know we're inside of Zoom, but if you have me open on Facebook, then I'm going to need you to either mute Facebook or close out Facebook altogether, so that we can hear
you and not the background of the actual training that's playing.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm just waiting for there you go. Okay, the background is now gone. Nope, no, it's not. Still there somewhere.
Okay, I am trying to find it. Okay. Any suggestions?
Do you have me open on the phone?
I'm just waiting for the, there you go. Okay, the background is now gone.
There you go. Okay.
Nope, no, it's not. Still there somewhere.
I am here. No, it's not gone. Okay.
Do you still have a tab open on your computer for Facebook?
Me open on the phone?
Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. Okay, close that. Okay.
Do you still have a tab open on your computer for Facebook?
There we go. Oh, wow. My phone is off now.
Okay, the phone is off. I'm seeing if that will end what I'm hearing in your background.
I don't. All I see is the YouTube.
Yeah, you still have on your computer the Facebook. You're still in the group in Facebook on your computer because I still hear myself.
Okay. There we go. Got it.
All right, all right, all right. Hopefully we're good to go now.
I got to get back into Zoom.
Yeah, you're here in the Zoom. We can still hear you and everything.
Okay.
We can still hear you and see you inside of the Zoom on YouTube. So you're good to go.
Okay. Well, you guys can see me, but I can't see nobody. So that's okay. All right. I'm ready. I am ready.
Okie dokie. So what I wanted to know with regards to the brand itself of Houston Wall Street Movement, I have it up here on the screen, the workbook that you were able to develop, just a little bit about Wealth Creator, Houston Financial, who you are as the brand.
But Houston Wall Street Movement, it was bringing wealth back to Main Street. And when I first talked to you about a book, I didn't know exactly. I was thinking about a biography. And when I started going through everything and you said, all of this knowledge, you should make a book here and make it a workbook because you want to do a different segments and training on different things. So that's how the book came about. And believe me, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do it because I was my first any type of book of writing of anything like that. I'm not a technology person. So I'm sort of like hands-on and I'm trying to come out. So that's basically where I am now. And I'm excited about what's happening and what's going on through you, Ms. Martina. And I appreciate your leadership and everything. And I'm trying to get back to Zoom here. Okay, finally found it. See how long it took me? So it's just technology video back on. Okay. Yes. So that's how I got started with my brand and didn't know what branding really was all about. So once you show me what branding was, once I see something, I like it. And I'm a computer graphic designer by trade. And I also did commercial art. You know, I'm just an artist all the way around. But I don't do it with the new technology. I do it the old fashioned way. Ms. Martina's seen some of the hand done things I've done.
Yeah.
So just with the computer is like starting all over again. So when she showed me what she's done with the things that I gave as far as my brand is concerned, it was easy for me to say, yeah, that's it. I'm that's exactly what I'm looking for. because I have an artistic eye. And so the things I had put together wasn't nowhere near what she does, but she took it to another level. And so,
guys, if you can understand, he is literally really undervaluing his talent. I'm telling you guys, when I was able to visit his home in Sugar Land, Texas, and I was able to see his portfolio of work, it literally almost had me in tears because the details were astounding, guys. What I do today is a gift and is a talent, and I have this amazing software called Adobe Suite, as well as my God-given talents. But I can tell you right now, I don't believe I would have had the patience or the detail that went into the work that I actually saw in print in my hands. And we're talking about placements of lettering and spacing that the computer does for me. This type of creation, Mr. Townsend literally did by eye and by hand. So when he says he is a graphic professional and he says, but not like now, man, let me tell you, I wouldn't have been able to survive back then the way that I am able to survive now, because a lot of that spacing and that kerning and that tracking that you do for even text, he literally did by eye and by hand. So you're talking about magazine layouts and like spreads and the flyers and things, and just the detail in that work really blew me away. So I was honored to be able to work with him and to take his brand to the next level. He gave me an amazing foundation to work with. And so to literally sit there and listen to him, my ace, Stephanie J. Sanders, and I were there listening to his gifts and talents. And I mean, we couldn't take enough notes. We ended up realizing a lot of the times we weren't taking notes because we were too busy just staring and listening to the information that he was giving us. His wealth of knowledge is crazy. So to then take that and put it inside of a workbook, and yes, we will, come next to the biography and getting that done as well. But just to take everything that he had in print,
to then take that
in digital print, we literally had to take all of that printed, knowledge that he had, because again, he just let you know that technology is not his first priority. I had to take all of that and then put it into a workbook. I was honored, to do it. And so that was a great gifting. It allowed us to produce a workbook that you are available to come directly here to Wealth Creator Change, to go to the Houston Wall Street movement, to drop down to Your Money is Worthless workbook and grab this workbook. And literally you're available to participate with him on Sundays, starting in the month of May. Again, you're available to participate with him on getting the walkthrough. Like right now, there are things that you need to do with your money, and you are available to come in, and registration will open soon for the month of May to get registered, and you are available to walk through that workbook with him. So we want to make sure that if you guys have financial woes that you're trying to take care of, then come over here, get registered, and get into his Sunday courses. He also goes live on Mondays and Fridays, promoting what it is that he's doing and giving you financial tips along the way, and literally piquing your interest on things that he needs to take care of. So what we're going to be actually debuting probably on this Friday is the StreamYard platform. And this, I believe, will be the first time he's seen the branding that I have set up for him. But we will be StreamYarding his lives now, both to his YouTube channel and to his Facebook page. And eventually we're going to branch out to other platforms. So what I'm showing you is a demo that I have set up so that I can literally show you this amazing software called StreamYard and how literally, guys, you can capitalize on your time. So I'm going to enter this broadcast that I have set up here as a demo so I can show you guys all of this. So most times when you go live, you have to, right before you go live, set up what your name information is, what your topic's going to be, and you have to set everything up for the broadcast. However, what I have done here inside of StreamYard is pre-planning, okay? And we have pre-planned what is going to happen for Mr. Townsend. And you are available literally to save your time by, if you've done videos in the past, open those videos up on one screen and then take the information that you are used to repeating and put it into a template format so that it will show on screen during your broadcast, okay? So I guess you would call this the unveiling, but here is where you would be able to pre-plan your information here so that the banners could pop up on the screen, and I will set a couple of those up and show you what I mean by that. But let's talk most about the branding here, okay? When you first come into StreamYard, there is a preset template that is in here for you, okay? And there is a StreamYard logo that's in here. Okay. Why is someone trying to call me right this moment? I apologize, guys. Hold on one second. I can never figure out how to stop the Google ringing. Even though I have my phone set to do not disturb, it's coming through my computer. Give me just one moment. Jeopardy music. Okay, hopefully I've stopped it. Okay. StreamYard gives you templates so that you can see where items would go. So you are available to have a logo that would show up and you can replace this with your information. You are available to have an overlay that would show up when you're on the screen broadcasting. You are available to have a background should you choose, okay? And you can toggle these items on and off. This is actually branded information that shows up on your screen while you're broadcasting, making you look extremely professional. And literally, guys, you've seen this all the time and what you see when you watch news broadcasts, when you watch other people go live. You've seen these things happen on the screen, and literally it's the software that is doing that, okay? So eventually I will be sharing this account and have my information in here, but let's look at what the Wealth Creator Houston Financial Wall Street Movement brand currently looks like. Ta-da! So what I've opted to do for Mr. Townsend, literally, because a lot of the times he is sharing his screen, he's not on screen, or a lot of the times he is on screen and his content isn't shared. I set it up so that you can literally have various backgrounds show. So if you didn't want the logo for Wealth Creator to show, you can actually have the Wall Street Movement background showing. If you didn't want that to show and you wanted a solid background, you're available to have a solid black or white background depending on what information you have here on the screen. It's very simple. Toggle it on and off. See? All right. In addition to that, I've set up one overlay that has everything right adjusted here. And if just let me pull this up so you can see it clearly. Showing that he is live on Facebook and YouTube, giving a nod to a workbook that you can purchase because he'll most likely market that inside of the video, but again, showing who he is in case he has his screen full screen to something that he is sharing. So if he is actually sharing the content that he can train you on and walking you through, let's say, this particular training that deals with transformation of the mind session 1, right? And if this is something that he actually has on the screen at the time, I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to say share screen. It may not let me do it because again, I'm live here in Zoom doing it, but we'll see. It may, work with me. All right, so say this is what he's actually presenting during his broadcast, okay? And if this is what he's presenting during his broadcast, then there his information is on the screen, but you see it may be covering up the date. That's as simple as toggling off that information. And now you're available to actually see the presentation that he is presenting on while he's talking about the problem and the solution. When he's covering the topic of what is the norm, how do you overcome it? How do you identify your norm? What action should you take? All right. In the process of that happening on the screen, this information populates off screen by a person who's running the broadcast for him or he's running it himself. Again, this is if it's full screen. The beautiful thing about it is it doesn't have to say full screen. Everything that you're available to do, you are available to manipulate. So if he isn't sharing screen, or he's bringing out, removing from the screen, and he wants to go back to being on screen where he's talking and you're hearing his voice, then he's available to put this back up, run the live screen, talk to you guys, or he's available to actually populate on screen. Now I have my camera being utilized for Zoom, but if you notice here across the bottom, this allows here, and hopefully you can follow my mouse. Let me know whether or not my mouse is moving, Mr. Townsend, across the bottom, pointing at each of these icons that are down here. So yes. This first, great, okay. So this first icon would be having him on screen by himself. The second icon would be as if he were interviewing someone, and both of these have no background, have no background. So it would look more like this, and it would be two people on the screen, or it would be just him on the screen. I'll show you some examples in a moment. However, if you wanted that beautiful background or that beautiful background to be on screen while your interviewer and your interviewee are on screen, then you would select this one. And you would have two people on the screen, this beautiful background going, and you could have captions popping up across the bottom. Very, very, very professional. You can have up to 6 people in a broadcast at the same time. And so you would, if you were interviewing each person, or if each of the 6 people were sharing 6 different topics, this is how powerful StreamYard is. And if they had a slideshow, then a person would be, 1, 2, or 3 persons would be here on the left. The slideshow would be here on the right. Again, a very powerful tool available to be used in StreamYard. And again, the winning situation is literally, I don't know, let me pull myself out of the broadcast for a moment so I can show you. Guys, literally, you can be live in 3 different places, up to 5 different places, all at the same time. So right now, what you see is I am on YouTube and I'm using Zoom, and I am on YouTube and I'm live here on YouTube, right? But I'm also at the same time live here on Facebook on my business page. Now, yes, I have shared this out to my profile page. I have also shared it out to my group. Yay, that's great. But guess what? Here's the thing I love about it. If people were over here in my group commenting, if they were on YouTube and commenting, I would have to be flipping back and forth between all of these live broadcasts to see and hear what it is that they're saying. However, with StreamYard, when a person comments on Facebook, when a person comments on LinkedIn, and when a person comments on YouTube, all of that shows up right here in one place on the screen in this line right here. So I don't have to go guess if people are commenting on LinkedIn, or I don't have to go figure out if people are commenting on YouTube or Facebook. It all shows up right here inside of one stream. So if people have questions from the different platforms, they can ask them live to you, and it shows up live right here inside of your StreamYard. And you can actually engage and talk with the people in real time during the workshop, during the presentation, whatever it is that you're trying to do. How does that sound, Mr. Townsend?
It sounds excellent.
it saves you a lot of headache, huh?
Right. I just got to get it together there, use it more. And it's exciting. I'm willing to learn everything I can about it.
So guys, you have to hear that. Hear the level of expertise that you are available to present in as well. And it keeps him inside of his wheelbarrow. I think that's what they call his wheelhouse. It keeps him inside of what he knows. And I'm telling you, when I say years and years and years, over 30 years, probably, or more, I can't say probably, I know it's more than 30 years of financial information. I know it's more than, 50 years of wisdom, even though you couldn't tell looking at him, but it's more than 50 years of wisdom. Literally, this keeps him available to speak from his platform. Again, we're on the internet, and right now, due to COVID and due to the Rona, we are literally required to build relationships, build businesses, connect with people, and we're required to do it all online. So if you are available to capitalize on this and capitalize on multiple platforms, why wouldn't you do that? As well as expose and expand your brand. So we will definitely, Mr. Townsend, be working together between today, tomorrow, getting ready for your 1 o'clock Central Standard Time live on Friday. I've gone in and done some adjustments to your YouTube channel, brought down some of the old content that's no longer relevant at this time. We will be transferring a lot of your relevant content from your business page on Facebook over to your YouTube channel, as well as now we will be able to broadcast live what knowledge that you will be sharing each Monday and Friday, as well as any of the personal training, personalized training and coaching that you give people on Sundays. Is there anything else you'd like to add to it? And guys, if you have questions, go ahead and populate those questions inside of Facebook or YouTube, and I will look for them and see if I can get those answered.
The main thing I wanted to add is it helped me to stay persistent. Before I got it organized and packaged in one place, I would get things done, but I was like bouncing all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But getting myself in persistence being persistent this year, I was able to stay focused more and focus on exactly what I cleared out everything.
Mm-hmm.
I got all of my old knowledge and information in one area, but if it's not being used this week, this day, or whatever, it's gone. Everything around me is going to be used. So I got organized. Now I'm persistent in getting the information out there.
Yes, yes. You guys hear me talk a lot about saving yourself time in that capacity by pre-planning as well. And so I know I started the broadcast talking about how when Mr. Townsend and I became a unit here and we began to work together on his brand, he had a full-blown website already in place and it had a lot of content on it. And so one of the things that we had to do was we had to literally go remove several pages because we live in a microwave society and people want things right now. And when we first, because he is so full of wealth and knowledge, he wanted to just put it all out there for everybody to see. And I was like, no, Mr. Townsend, that is a lot of your intellectual property that people are getting for free. Right. And so literally we had to go in and close down over half of his site because all of that information was free information. And you know, the average person is not going to go and read all that, even though their pockets, their finances, their situation, the food in their refrigerator, the roof that's about to be lost over their head needs the information. People won't go and read it. So you literally have to drip it out to them in smaller segments to make them realize that they actually need it so that they will then go in and actually look at it. So it's a psychological thing behind it, but he came pre-planned. He came pre-set up, again, with a wealth of knowledge that we had to dial back and drip out. So sometimes you do have to take the time to regroup, to evaluate, you know, your circle of influence even. And sometimes you have to, what do they say? You have to decrease to increase. And so that's really what we had to do to figure out where his strength was. And his strength is speaking. And his strength is being able to, you know, release to people things that they need. And that's what I feel like the StreamYard platform is going to allow him to do, because now he doesn't have to toggle between, you know, where do I reach the people at? He is a professional businessman. And I think his major platform, while YouTube is great for videos, while Facebook, you know, is great for connections, I really feel like his most prominent platform is going to be on LinkedIn, because there are business professional people on LinkedIn. And so I cannot wait for the approval to come through for LinkedIn to fully embrace StreamYard, because I think we're going to see a huge influx in your business, Mr. Townsend, because that's where the business professional people are. And with your long history, that's who you're used to working with. So I'm excited for that for you. I'm excited for you guys who choose to take hold of a software like StreamYard and use it. I'm excited for my BrandMaster coaching clients, because you guys know whatever it is that we need to do to level up each of your brands, we are going to do it. And we're going to make sure that your brands are everywhere. I know we've had I got an opportunity to show you Mr. Townsend's brand, but I think we also have a Love Me, let me see if I can get this right. A Love Me Godly client that's on the live today. Her name is Elva Jenkins, and she has a full-blown, okay, I must have typed that wrong, Elva. If you don't mind, I'm going to go through my link, and if you want to post your link up so people can get to it, I'm going to go through my link because obviously I just typed that wrong. But I'm going to go through my link, and I'm going to show you guys a collection here from a vendor who actually has joined the ranks of Always Be Marketing Apparel. So she too, you know, has gone through sitting down with me, listening to branding for quite some time now, brought me her pre-planned stuff, her pre-planned collateral, just like Mr. Townsend did, and said, here's what I have. Can you work with this? And I was able to, you know, develop out her brand. The same thing for another client, Mr. Kirk Wheeler. He had a I can't say Mr. Kirk Wheeler had a pre-plan in mind. He just said, hey, I want to come up with something. I want to do this. And here, Martina, do whatever you do with it. So that's Kirk's pre-planning. His pre-planning is, I want to do something. Let's get it done. But I also want to give a nod to another client of mine. Let me see if I have one of her designs on here. For going out and putting together a full-blown, let me see, where do I have it at? A full-blown store. She put up a store. Let me just go directly to her site. She put up a store, and she put up a store based on me telling her that she had some really great sayings for shirts as well. And she put up her own store. And even though we're redesigning the store, because I've shown you some before and afters, but just her saying, hey, I want to do this, she went and put up an entire store. And so these are some of the before images that she had, listening to things I was telling her about, being consistent with her brand colors, being consistent with what her marketing is, having the same designs throughout her store. We literally have gone through and we've done a before and after now, because she too saw the level up that was needed for her designs. But again, if I would not have had her designs originally to work with, then I would not be able to develop this. Before is what she had on her store for her Black Girl Magic. And this is now what we've redesigned it to. This is what she had on her store before with regards to her design for her hoodies and t-shirts. And we just took it and moved it to another level, right? Again, this is her I Am Enough brand, and we just took it and moved it to another level, changing some font, keeping the same placement, but making it more impactful. So this is like a before and after for you guys to understand. I would not have been able to make such an easy transition for her or for Elva. I think Elva's is supposed to debut tomorrow, but let me see if I can scroll down and see if I can locate her before and after, because I have it. I have stuff pre-planned here on Facebook that released. Kirk Wheeler sent me over a card magnet he was working on, and I made some adjustments to cleaning up the text, to making this text pop white over the red. It looks much better. To putting his green line here. I just made some slight adjustments, and it became much more professional. This is a design where I did for Trillionaire Elite. This was my favorite. He didn't care for it. This was his favorite. He loved it. Always be marketing your intellectual property, guys. Okay. Here is the full line of Elva's information. I was hoping I could find the before and after. But again, guys, if you don't do any type of pre-planning, pre-thought, you're going to literally be wasting a lot of time. And that's not what, you know, we want you to do. Right now, you need to capitalize on time, make the best and the most out of your time right now, because we don't know where this world is going. There are a lot of people that need what you have, that need your help. And my hope and goal for each and every one of you is that you will get out here and that you will help people, because in order for you to move forward, literally, you can't do it on your own. You have to help other people. Understand? So if there's anything else you would like to say, Mr. Townsend, now is the time. Otherwise, I'm going to, you know, finish up here.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready to learn more. I don't have anything else to add. I am learning.
Awesome. Awesome. So I just want to show you guys one opportunity before we close out here, how this was developed. Like I showed you here, StreamYard gives you this particular visual template. And so what I was available to do was see kind of where they had everything set up. And then I set up a similar template on my end. Okay, so let's go into Mr. Townsend's here. And as you saw on StreamYard, I just set up some lines to where StreamYard wanted things to be. And you don't have to do it exactly. If you want to have something square in the middle of your screen, then put it square in the middle of your screen. However, I just paid attention to the dimensions that StreamYard offered, and I set up Mr. Townsend's branding for his stream based on what they had available in there. And just to show you, let me see if I can pull it up here. I did the same thing for Team No Limit and Trillionaire Elite, like you see here. And this was the one that he preferred over the one that I preferred. Let's see if I can get his pulled up here. And so this was the branding that he preferred with the popping colors for Facebook and YouTube. Great, I don't have a problem with it, but I am going to show you what my graphic eye sees. And then I'm going to allow you to choose what your heart's desire is. That's who I am as a professional designer. I'm not just going to say, hey, this is what you want, boom, go for it. No, I'm going to say, this is what you want. I've done what you asked for, but this is what I feel or see as well. And then we can kind of make a determination. So there's that one. And then here's the one for my actual marketing. Yes, my opportunity team. This is their branding for their StreamYard. So again, this is an overlay, and you place this inside of your StreamYard platform so that when you actually go live, your branding is on every video. And again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me see if I can go find one for you real quick to show you what it looks like when it debuts on the screen. So here is what one would look like. This is the screen that goes on in the background, and this is the overlay that I created for the team. So when a person's, their face is on screen, that overlay is still there. Does that make sense to everybody? Do you see, you know, I know it's a delay. You guys will probably tell me after I've moved on, but do you see what that overlay looks like? You guys are used to going to a news channel and seeing, you know, the screen showing the newscaster, and then up in the right-hand corner, a window pops open, but across the bottom, you have captions that are going. That is similar to what this powerful software will be able to do for you. It will level you up and make you look pretty darn professional. So I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see that in real time, to see how that happens, to see what it looks like. Great, thank you guys, I appreciate that. So you guys can see what it looks like, how it's laid out, how it's designed, and even with, no, I don't want to make any changes to that. Even with working inside of Mr. Townsend's account, again, I am available to develop more overlays. I have more banners that I'm going to create. Right here, we're going to create the live banners for when he's actually broadcasting and talking about the movement, when he's actually broadcasting and talking about the workbook, or he's holding his Sunday courses, that will go there. When he's actually talking about one of his partnership companies, when that will go there. So you will have different captions or different branding based on what your specific live is. And what I was able to see is that you're available to have more than one brand. So from what I'm understanding, we're going to try it out and see whether or not you can share an account. I did demo it out on one of my other clients. How do we get the captions to come up? Okay, great. I can show you that. I did demo it out on one of my other clients where I actually went in to the broadcast destination and I put in my destination instead of the client's destination, and I was able to go live on my channel. So it does look like there is a level of sharing where you could capitalize if you were in partnership with someone. We haven't quite figured out how that works, but me and Mr. Townsend will figure it out. But let's see here. So if I'm on his Wealth Creator brand and I want one of his captions to come up, I would actually put it inside of the banner. So let me set one up for you real quick for the demo. you would create a banner, and I would say, welcome to the Houston Financial Wall Street Movement broadcast. Please go, can't type, please go ahead and share this broadcast to those you think need this, I don't know, amazing movement, right? And you can save them and have them show on the screen by simply clicking to show and hide. You see how that's working, Talisha? I see you asked that question. If anyone else has a question, you can go ahead and ask it now. So the other thing that I like about these that's really cool is you can actually create what is called a ticker that can scroll across the screen the whole time. So if I wanted something to scroll across the screen the whole time, I could say, get your, let me see, Houston Financial Wall Street Movement Investment Group membership going today at http://wealthcreatorchange.com. I don't know the thing, so for right now, I'm just going to put investment group. All right, and when I want that ticker to show, I would click on it, and now that runs across the bottom of the screen. So that could be running across the bottom of the screen, his entire broadcast. Once you finish welcoming people, you just take that one away. And so now if you want that ticker to run the whole time, it can run the whole time. If you want a ticker to show up, remember to share this broadcast with friends, family, and everyone you know. All right. If I wanted that to be the next ticker that shows up, I can add it. And when I'm ready for him to start talking about ending the live and we're finished talking about everything that he's discussed for today, then he can switch over to that ticker. And now it goes to that ticker. You know, a lot of the times when you're presenting and you're the person who's presenting and you want to say to people, get back with the person that actually invited you, that could scroll across the bottom. If you wanted to say, now that we're completing this presentation, if you want to register for the next one, you can have that ticker scroll across the bottom, or you can have it show up as a caption. So it's as simple as clicking on and clicking away from the information. So another thing that you can do for engagement is if you see value, type blah, 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 blah. And when the person begins to type it, their comments show up here. And because their comments show up here, you can do the exact same thing as a banner. You can click on to show their comments directly on the screen. Now, everybody wants to see their name pop up all across your screen. So the beautiful thing about it is, depending on what they say, you can decide whether or not you want it to come up on your screen. Okay, so you can say, hey, do you see value in this information I've shared with you? And people could be popping no, 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 no. Well, if you're sitting there watching it on Facebook, you may see their no's. But if you're actually focused on the broadcast, which most people are focused on the broadcast, not on the comments that are coming up inside of the broadcast, you literally will see their comments and you can pick and choose what comments you'd allow to show on your broadcast. Okay. Yes. So as you broadcast, you can change it up. It is 100% in flux. And most times when you see the Team No Limit broadcast, that's either me or Jeff Trills that's behind the screen putting up those comments. I think Jatasha is available to multitask and do hers as well, but most times at the 7:45 and 10, when it's Jatasha, it's me on there. Now, when you see her on her private line, that's her. But most times when it's Terrence or Jatasha, that's me running those comments and me putting up those banners while they're talking, because again, you want the presenter to focus on what they're presenting on, not trying to read comments and everything. But the thing that I love most about it, guys, when people ask their questions, you can populate their questions directly on the screen, and you can actually go back and say, hey, we're going to have Q&A at the end. You can populate your questions at any time. We'll roll back through the broadcast, find all your questions and get them answered live. And then, of course, you can populate the question that was asked live on the screen, and then you're available to provide an answer. It's a really great tool to engage with your people. So I hope I've been able to answer those. I don't see any other questions coming in at this time. I appreciate you all for being coachable, teachable, trainable, and hopping on to watch this information today, but more importantly, for participating in the live. If you have questions, definitely hit me up. You're available to find me online at getbooked.martinabrityelverton.com. I'll get those questions answered. You're available to schedule appointments. We will have a scheduler coming along for Mr. Townsend, so you can schedule appointments for him as well. But for now, definitely go to Wealth Creator Change and get his very, very, very valuable information, as well as schedule time if needed for him as well. And for now, you can use his contact portal to schedule time with him as well. I hope I've been of value today. I hope I've been able to provide another solution for you guys to literally expand and expose your brand as wide as you possibly you can, because right now Rona is going rapid and everybody is online. So my hope is that you will, get your brand online, that you will get your exposure online, and that you will begin to market your intellectual property. Stop devaluing your intellectual property. Talisha, I can't bake worth a lick. So I literally honor the baking that you do, the culinary talents that you have, and I would love to see you expand and expose that even more. People are at home right now. They need to know how to cook. So you need to be going live showing them jokers how to cook. Okay. Thank you for your time on today. I greatly appreciate you, Mr. Townsend. Thank you for allowing me to expose your brand on today, to teach people a little bit today, and to allow them to watch us work today.
All right. Appreciate you.
I'll talk to you guys soon. That's my time for today. Martina Britt Yelverton, to your success. I'll see you guys on Friday for Free Stuff Friday. 12 noon. Yeah, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Freestyle Friday.
All right. Where is it? Okay. Let's see.